You're really a handful. You're really a handful. Really a wee little handful. Have a look at this handful of macropod. This is Pippa. Say hi, Pippa. You're all right, sweetheart. Don't get nervous. Now, Pippa is a rufous bedong. They're smaller than wallabies, and some of them are even a bit smaller than paddy melons. Hasn't she got a cute little puffy face? You hiding your face there? Come on, sweetheart. We want to see your face. Very, very cute, the rufous bedong. They're pretty common throughout the eucalypt woodlands. Now, they're very thick-furred. They sit low to the ground, and this species of macropod are known to collect sticks. The boys will curl up their tail around a big bundle of sticks that they cut to length, and then they'll take them to a grass tussock, and there they'll build a nest. One of the few macropod species in Australia that actually constructs a nest, the rufous bedong. And they don't graze on the big grasses like the kangaroos and a lot of the wallabies. These guys are a little more selective. They'll eat leaves, any little shoots, flowers, virtually anything, including grass. What a little beauty. And you've got a little tail. She's got a little pouch in there too. We can't see it. She's not showing us. Oh. You're all right, sweetheart. You want to go back in your pouch? She's only 6 months old, so she's still kept in a pouch. Come on then, sweetheart. And the best way to put your macropod back is just like they do with their mummy. Right, so imagine her pouch there, sticks her head in, and flops straight in. Yep, and then turns around and sits there all curled up. Here she is, in her pouch. Where's your little face there? There we go. Much happier now I'm in my pouch. The rufous bedong is found A, only in Australia, B, Southeast Asia, or C, throughout the world.
The correct answer is A. The tiny little rufous bedong is only found in Australia.
Sadly, these are orphans. Little grey kangaroos, red kangaroos, paddy melons, wallabies, they end up orphaned and they have to come to a place of rehabilitation.
Hey, what are you doing, naughty? Welcome to Rehab Central. Have a look down here. Check out all these. A whole great row of macropod pouches. Oh, you're a little one. You're naughty. I can see your ears. These pouches are hung to mimic a mummy's pouch. Of course, macropods are pouched. Marsupials carry their young around, and so they get hit on the roads all the time. They run into fences, and when the mummy gets stressed or killed by a car, a lot of times the baby ends up an orphan. And when they've had a good enough run in life that they're able to come off the bottle, come off lapping milk, then they get the run of the house. Have a look at this. What a household. Chock-a-block full of rehab marsupials. Oh, my gorgeous. This is a paddy melon, and you're very cute. You're very cute. Can you have a little bit of a scratch? Is this your bed, is it? Have a look at this. Over in the corner. We see you in there, naughty. Look at him go. He's a naughty little swamp wallaby. Swamp wallabies are very independent, and they think they're big enough and tough enough to go out in the wild, even though it's going to take another couple of months. So this is the feed area. Just sneak on in here. Here's a redneck, pretty close to being ready to be released. You can see the size. Another couple of weeks, and this one will be able to go back out into the bush. And here's a beautiful blend of grain and food. Of course, nutritionally, they have to have the finest diet on the face of the earth. And if we go out here, out where the wild is mimicked, you've got a whole different plethora of different species of grasses that they can pick on. They learn about long grass, prickles, trees, crows, birds, potential predators, the noises of the bush. And of course then, when you come out up here, just come up here for a sec. You just got to be a little careful. Well, you're all right. They get a little flighty. You can see underneath the trees there, these ones are ready to be hacked out. Gates open, whoo, straight back out into the bush. We're being followed. Have a look. You're a naughty little swampy. You can see how this little blighter, that's the one that was inside there. So he's starting to feel the wilderness. It's great, isn't it? That's the way you rehab animals. Let's go and have a look at probably the most world-famous marsupial of them all, the koala.
This is Anne, and Anne has ansecoria. That's a technical term meaning she's got one blue eye and one brown eye. Isn't she beautiful? This little baby koala is only about 9 months old, and at this age, she'd be sitting on her mother's back. Unfortunately, her mother was injured by a car and couldn't take care of her. It'll be several more months before she'll be out on her own, foraging around in the trees, having some eucalyptus leaves. Do you want something to eat, Anne? Oh, you're a pretty little girl. She's a little bit nervous. Of course, koalas are primarily nocturnal, so during the day they spend all their time hiding in the vegetation to avoid predators. It's a natural instinct for her to want to climb up as high as possible up on my head and seek shelter so that no birds of prey or stray dingoes will get a look at her. You're a beautiful girl. Are you a little bit sleepy? They have that sweet little dopey look because they conserve their energy, because they only eat eucalyptus leaves, and that's not really highly nutritional. You're a pretty girl. So now we'll put her back in a quiet little place, give her something to eat, and let her rest up for adventures to come later in life. Hey, Anne. Would you believe koalas have a wide range of vocalizations to communicate? Grunts, squeaks, squeals, and when the male wants a female, he makes a sound like a big pig.
The crocodile hunter's lair is chock-a-block full of wildlife, and here's 2 feisty little possums that are just about ready for release. They're ringtails, and this is their pouch, and they're nocturnal, so they don't like coming out. Look at their funny little googly eyes. Hey, what a bag of tricks! What a bag of tricks! Haven't they got gorgeous ears? And look at this tail. Have a look at this. It's like another appendage, and they can use that, grip a branch as they swing across to another. Oh, and this is the little girl one. Her pouch is right up under here. Can we see your pouch under there? Can we see your pouch under there? It's under there. She's not going to show us her pouch. And here's her little brother. Come here, mate. Here he is. Come on now. They've got quite unique feet. See how their claws, they've got opposing toes, and that thumb actually enables them to grip onto trees and branches. They're excellent climbers. In fact, there's nothing that they can't climb. And they're strictly arboreal, only living in the trees. Rarely do they come down onto the ground. Okay, let's go back in your pouch, fellas. Come on now. They're a handful, I tell you what. But you want them feisty because they got to go back out into the bush, back out into the wilderness where they belong. It's just a real shame that their mama was killed by a cat, which is a non-native species. There they go. Oh, quick! Put your tail hanging out.
This has to be the tiniest tiger. Actually, it's a fat-tailed Dunnart. Come here, bring your little fat tail over here. Have a look at that tail. Now, this fat-tailed Dunnart is kind of like a tiger because it's a dasyurid. That means it attacks and kills its prey, whether it's a big old scorpion, a grasshopper, or even a little house mouse. It'll ferociously attack it and eat him up. This is a nocturnal species, and you can tell that by his great big eyes. He's got those huge eyes for looking around at night, and he's constantly foraging, because you gotta be on the go to grab yourself something to eat. Now, he stores all of his fat in his tail so that if there's lean times and he can't get a meal, he's got these wonderful fat reserves. He's got little tiny feet, and he runs around all the time like he's had too much coffee to drink. Now, when they're out hunting, they use a technique to avoid predators because while they're looking for a meal, everything's trying to eat a fat-tailed Dunnart. There might be owls or snakes, and they'd have a go at this little guy. So he's got to move quick